It smells like farts in here. I just went to Target because I needed to get like a water purifier thing because the system that we have that's hooked up to the kitchen sink in our house is filling really slowly, and getting it serviced right now is going to take a long time. And I drink a lot of water, so I just didn't want to deal with it. So I was like, I'm just going to go. I've never had one of these before, so I'm kind of excited to just have it. Anyway, it smells like farts in here, and I cannot figure out why. It didn't smell like this earlier. Like, I feel like when I was in Target, someone came into my car and farted and then left. But anyway, the reason I was telling you this is because when I was like looking at the different ones and the different prices, I could have sworn that this one was going to be $35.99, and I have no idea how much these are. Usually I've never bought them before. So I was like, okay, I guess that's a price. And I like compared it to the other ones, and they all seemed like the other one I was comparing it to was like $30.99. And I was like, well, this is only $5 more and it seems better, so I'm just gonna go with this one. And then I also bought, again, there's a reason I'm telling you this. Then I also bought a new candle, which I'm really excited about. Desert Flower. Oh my God, it smells so freaking good. Now, hopefully it keeps smelling good the entire time I burn it. It's also like my favorite color. Anyway, so I went up to pay for both of these things, and the total, this was only $10, right? The total was like $29.19. And I was like, what? Like I could have sworn that was gonna be $35.99. And I even like hit back on the thing to like double check, and I kind of went through like this ethical dilemma. I'm like, do I, like, if it had rung up as something different, like, do I do something about that? But it said like what that is as $16.99, so I was like, all right, I'm not gonna argue. Like, that's half of what I was expecting to pay. So I am blessed. I am grateful. I am happy about it. And maybe like what I was looking at, I mean, I'm sure that I was just looking, it was just in the wrong place, right? It's gotta be. I don't know. So anyway, I'm happy. Hi guys, welcome to the vlog. This is gonna be a good week compared to last week. We're chill, we're good. It's gonna be a good week, and that's just how it's gonna be. My dog is feeling better than in the last video, which was just yesterday technically, but for you guys it's like a week later. He's able to put pressure on it. He's walking on it again. He's still favoring it, and he is going into the vet tomorrow to get his nails trimmed anyway, so don't worry about my dog. This is a spoiler for the next Netflix documentary called American Murder: The Family Next Door. And I spoiled it for my mom this afternoon because I didn't realize she wasn't aware of it. I mean, I feel like it was all over the news when it happened. Anyway, so if you don't know what's going on and you plan on watching it and you don't want to be spoiled, skip ahead. I'm only 7 minutes in and I'm like freaked out. I know what happens. I know who the murderer is. Spoiler alert, it's the dad, it's the husband. And it's like really, really trippy and freaking me out because you know, and he is involved in like searching for them, and he's like acting right now with the concerned friends and the police officer that was called to like come check on her because her friend was really concerned. She's like, I haven't been able to get a hold of her and I was worried about her. And so they sent a police officer out to check on her. And then the husband shows up and he's like searching around the house, like trying to find her. And he's like giving the officer all these answers to these questions, all while he has murdered his wife and children. And it's just like really freaky to see. And all of the footage is like, so far what you see, it's all like body cam footage from the cop, so you're like actually seeing it. It's so freaky. I'm like, do I even want to keep watching this? Like, I already know what happens, and I struggle with this. I know that there's a lot of people out there who really enjoy like true crime stuff, and no judgment whatsoever, but like for me, it really makes me think like, why do I get some sort of enjoyment out of this? But then a friend of mine on Instagram, she was mentioning about like why she listens to true crime podcasts and stuff like that. And she's like, I feel like it's important to hear their stories, like the victims' stories. I don't know. This is like I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep watching this. Does it help that I know that he's no, it doesn't help because knowing he's the murderer, I'm like watching it the whole time being like, he's right there. Like, okay, anyway, I'm gonna keep watching for a little while. It's really freaky because it's such a recent murder that like social media was huge. She was like a Instagram person. She was on Facebook a lot, like making videos of her family, and so they've like showed a lot of that. And then body cam footage of the officer. I'm only 7 minutes in right now. Okay, this guy, not that guy, that's the murderer. Spoiler alert. This guy's the real MVP.
You just want to go talk to him? I'm going to get his info real quick. No.
Oh my gosh. So that guy is their neighbor, and I am just like, he's not trying to cover for this guy at all. He's straight up telling the cop, like, he's acting really weird, and on his like security camera, you can see him, he's like backed up. The dad, the husband, has backed up his car to the garage, and the neighbor's like, he never does that. He never unloads and loads stuff like that. I'm just like impressed with that neighbor guy. He just knew. He just knew. The cop then goes on to say, he's like, yeah, but you got to put yourself in his position. Like, you know, you don't, something crazy like this happens, you're not necessarily going to act how you always do. And obviously, but oh gosh, that neighbor knew. So anyway, it's so heartbreaking. It's so freaking sad. There's a lot that can be said about it, but one thing that I think a lot about as I was watching it, because there's this part where the dad slash husband is in the interrogation room, and he's like, up until this point, he's just been lying about like he doesn't know where they are, he doesn't know what happened to them, and all this stuff. And he's already failed the polygraph test. And the woman that conducts the polygraph test, she amazes me because after he's failed it, she just is straight up like, we know you failed it. We know you're lying. Just tell us what's going on, you know? And she's so stern and so like straightforward and to the point. And it's really interesting how that kind of job, you really have to like understand people and the way that the mind works and stuff. She's probably a psychologist, I would assume. I don't know. And that's not even what I was going to talk about. So I think his name is Chris. I mean, I just watched the movie. I think his name is Chris, the dad slash husband. He's like starting to like freak out, you know. And he asks if he can talk to his dad. And so they're like, yeah, of course, you know, we'll bring him in. And of course there's like in the interrogation room, you're being recorded the whole time. And so you can watch the conversation that Chris has with his dad when his dad comes in. And at first he tells his dad that his wife killed their daughters, and which then made him kill his wife because he saw her kill his daughters. And his dad's reaction just gets me, you know, like his dad is so affectionate. He puts his arm on him and tries to comfort him, and it just, like, what I'm not passing any like judgment like that this is good or bad. It's just what I've observed. Like, what love can make you do, because obviously this dad loves his son regardless of what the circumstances. I mean, he just confessed that he murdered his wife, and his dad is still trying to comfort his son. And there's something commendable about that. Like, despite your son being a murderer, you still care about him and wanting to ease some pain, you know, decrease some pain in this very horrible, upsetting circumstance. Does that make any sense? And then, like, later in the documentary, when like it's the court, when he's being charged and convicted, the like people are allowed to like stand up and like say something, and of course the victim's mother, his wife's mother, gives a heartbreaking speech, but then his own mother stands up, and you know, she's obviously very upset, and I believe that, but she ends it saying that to her son, you know, like, we love you and we forgive you. Which, like, on one hand, it's not really their place to forgive him. I mean, I guess they were the grandparents, but I don't know. Anyway, it just makes me think, like, these people love their son so much that even though he is a murderer to 3 people, 2 of those people being children and an unborn baby, like, despite the fact that he is that murderer, they still have so much love for him. And again, I'm not saying that's good or bad. I'm like, that to me just shows like the power of love. Again, not good or bad, just like life is very gray. Things aren't always so black and white, you know? So anyway, I don't even know what the conclusion is to my thoughts on that, but it's just such a heartbreaking story. And I feel so bad for the victims, obviously the wife and the 2 daughters, and her family, you know, because not only did they lose their daughter, but also their 2 beautiful, intelligent, sweet granddaughters. It's really sad. So anyway, he's in prison for life. Now I need to watch something uplifting. Before I forget, I was so excited about this because I got it for like 50% cheaper than I was expecting. It sucks. This water is disgusting. I live somewhere where tap water is not good in any way, shape, or form. And I'm used to drinking RO water. This I can't drink. I cannot drink. So I'm going to use this for my plants. And I've ordered a different water thing online. I'm so tired. I have to go to bed. So yeah, this sucks. I don't know. Maybe I did it wrong. I don't think I did. The other thing, this candle smells so good. It smells so good and it's so pretty. I love it. Okay, good night. I know you guys have been on the edge of your seat since this afternoon about the fart smell in my car. And I couldn't go to bed until I told you that I solved the mystery of what that smell was. It was literally the smell of the box that the water purifier came in. I don't know why it smelled so bad. I don't know why it smelled like fart of all things, but it is, I immediately took it out into the recycle bin as soon as I brought it into my house and took the water filter out and realized that the fart smell had followed me into the house, and it was definitely the box. So not only did I waste $16 on a water filter that does not work, but it also smelled like fart. So let's go. Every morning I go for my walk and I either like listen to music or a podcast or a book, and it's like one of the best hours of my day. And I always look forward to it. This morning though, I could not find my headphones. I have no idea where they are. So I was like, that's a bummer, but that's okay. We're still gonna go. We'll just be alone with our thoughts and the noises of the neighborhood. But then as I started walking, my hip started to hurt really bad. I was like, that's okay. Maybe it just needs time to warm up a little bit, loosen up. No, it hurt quite a bit. And so I just did like a quick little loop. It was like almost a mile, but not even a mile, which is a lot shorter than I normally go. It's fine. It's okay. It's no big deal. And the water filtration system in my house has been broken. So you saw me the other day go buy this, and it's terrible. It tastes so bad, I cannot drink it. It has also opened my eyes that I've been giving my dog tap water, and I don't know how he can stand to drink it, but I mean, he hasn't had a choice. He doesn't know any better, but now I feel bad, and that now I want to give him filtered water. But then I also went online and bought another. I like looked up to see what like the best one was, according to this one person, and it came in the mail this morning. So let's do a water filter unboxing. Okay, this one even comes with like a little tester thing, so maybe I can even test all of the other water. Okay, so it gives this little like infograph of like tap water in the US, and the red is like the worst, and that's where I live. No wonder it tastes so bad. Where are the instructions? How am I supposed to do this? The instructions. Okay, I will say upon first inspection, this is the filter compared to the filter that's in there. I don't know if you can really see it, but just holding this, like this already seems like an actually better filter. So I'm optimistic, cautiously, but optimistic. Another thing to note is that this newer one took a lot longer, not a lot longer, but longer to actually filter and fill up with water than the other one does. The other one just kind of like pours out. This one is a lot slower. So I've got 2 cups here. These are old Starbucks cups that I have just rinsed and saved and use them randomly for different things. This one is of the first water filter that I bought the other day. This is the one that I'm gonna put water in now from the newer one. And I'm gonna test them with this nifty little thing. I don't know anything about this, but we're gonna test them. Okay, so this one, where the water tastes bad, even though it's supposed to be filtered water, is at 105. What the heck? What is even the point of buying that? Okay. And then this one that I just did today that you saw is at 002. So this is supposed to be filtered water. Like, what the heck? Okay. I also want to just try the tap directly, but I really want to taste this. I haven't tasted it yet. That's the true test for me. Can I even consume it? Tastes like water. I am so frustrated right now. Like, why do they even sell this? What is even the point if it doesn't even do anything? It's such a scam. So if you're gonna get a water filter for yourself, I would suggest the Zero Water brand and not the Pure brand, unless that one is just defective, because this is vile and this is good. I don't even want to taste this again. Nope. Ew. A couple of things I've observed is that I've really been blessed having like an RO system built into my front like kitchen sink. Like, I've never had to worry about filtered water, and that is such a privilege, especially compared to different places, and I understand that, but that's just always how it's been for me. The other thing I've learned is that I'm gonna stop giving my dog tap water because this is disgusting. I don't know how he's managed to drink it. And I feel really bad that I've been giving him such disgusting water. So thanks for coming along with me on this little water filtration experiment. God, I'm laying here not feeling good. I don't know what's going on, but my digestive system is upset for some reason. What was I talking about? Anyway, so I'm just laying here and I'm like facing the wall and my windows are over there. There's a man outside. There's a man right outside my windows. And I was not expecting that. Like, I knew that we were having service done to our air conditioning, but my mom said he was going to be in the attic. He's not. He's right outside my bedroom windows. It's fine. I'm going to go back to watching TikTok. I'm waiting for my mom to come out of the grocery store because we forgot something. And this car pulls up next to me, and this lady opens her door right into mine. And I have my window cracked just like this. Does she apologize? Does she say anything? No, not at all. None of that. And so I was like, then curious to see how close I am to the line. And I'm not. They're the ones that are close to the line. I can't imagine not apologizing to someone. I can't imagine like doing something right to someone right in the way and then not being like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. But I guess old white ladies don't have to. They're just entitled. Like, dear God, please don't ever let me turn into that. For reference, they are clearly over the line right there. Just, you know, all on them, not me. So I just got a call from the imaging place, and apparently insurance has now decided to cover the lumbar x-ray, or not x-ray, MRI. So I don't know why or how. I'm not gonna question it. I'm just gonna be grateful for it. And tomorrow, I can go in tomorrow. That's like hardly any time to wait. I'm just so grateful that I have access to this, that it's I mean, I know I was really upset in the last video because there was some issues there, but it's moving along faster than I expected. So I'm grateful for that. I still really need to do my blood work, but I hate blood work, but I need to do that. Anyway, the woman that I just spoke to on the phone was super nice and wonderful. And when she was first telling me the information, I was like, okay, wait a second, just so that I know that I'm understanding correctly. And then I repeated back like exactly what she had just said. She's like, yep, that's it. I was like, okay. I have a feeling that my doctor like got the results of my brain MRI, because the guy at the thing said it would be 3 to 5 business days before they saw results, before my doctor would get results. When did I go have my MRI? I don't even know, but I feel like it's been 3 or 5 days. I don't know, maybe it's not. Anyway, I don't know if I just said this, but I think I have a feeling that maybe they got the results back, saw that there wasn't anything wrong in my head, so they're like, well, we've got to check the lumbar spine now. We'll see. I don't know. So now I'm outside because I wanted to tell my mom the news, but she's out taking my dog for a walk, so now I'm waiting for her. Okay, as I'm sitting here thinking about it, I'm only telling you this to like give insight into my catastrophizing anxiety brain that happens, that I catch myself and then I calm myself down. Okay, so like I'm okay, but this is just like how my brain works. As I'm sitting here thinking about it, I'm like, wow, I'm so lucky that I don't have to wait very long. I just get to go in tomorrow. And that, like, how cool is it that my doctor sent the referral and then the imaging place took the time out of their day to call me, and like just that whole setup is really nice. I'm just so grateful. And then I go back to like, wow, that is really quick, really fast that I get to go in tomorrow. And then my brain goes, oh my God, that they know something that I don't know. They know that I need to go in tomorrow, that this is a very serious thing, that there's no time. We can't waste any time getting this done. And then I like start to spiral in that, you know? And it's just like, even if that's true, like what can I do about that now? Nothing. So why worry about it? And the chances of something like that actually being true is so small. Like, it's a pinched nerve. It's a pinched nerve. Or it's not, you know, and that's fine. It's like, whatever. I'll figure it out. I've been through bad stuff before. Life is long. And I'm strong. So, but I just, you know, my funny little brain just has to really start to spiral, start to catastrophize. Just wanted to give a little bit of insight into what my brain is like, as I'm sure lots of you can also relate with. It's cold today. It's supposed to be warm. It's Phoenix. I would not do well living somewhere where it's actually cold. Like, I have no idea what it's like to be cold. I'm just a baby. I'm so sensitive. I'm doing it, y'all. I am in the drive-thru at Starbucks for the first time since December, when my car broke down. I have been putting it off because it scares the crap out of me to do it. But there's only 4 cars ahead of me, and my car has been doing perfectly fine. Like, it was all it's just been in my head. Here we go, guys. I did it. I got my tea. Went through the drive-thru. I literally didn't have to idle my car all that long at all. It was literally like less than 2 minutes probably, and I was still really anxious. So it'll be fine. It's just one of those things. I have more to talk about, but I'm gonna go inside. I stopped at one of my metaphysical shops again because I really wanted to pick up a couple of specific stones to put into my new tarot bag. This is the deck that I mentioned in my last video, I'm pretty sure, and I finally got a bag to put it in. And when I've got a bag for my cards, I also need stones to put in with them. So I've got a celestite or a celestite. I never know which is the correct pronunciation. An amethyst and a rainbow moonstone. That's just what was calling to me for this bag specifically, so that's all good to go. And then you know me, I absolutely love their candles. They make them in the store. So I had to look and see what candles they had. I got 2 of them. And one of them was free because after every like 10 you buy, you get the 11th free. And since they make these like in store, they often have seasonal candles. They had 2 today and I bought both of them. First of all, look how pretty this color is. And this one is just Spirit Blossom. So obviously this is like springtime, is Pot of Gold, and it's green for St. Patrick's Day. So on St. Patrick's Day, which is Wednesday, I think, so in 2 days, I'll burn this one. And I'll burn the Spirit Blossom on the 20th, which I think is Saturday, which is the first day of spring. I just love it. I was not even thinking about this, but it's like the first thing you see when you walk in the door. And I would have looked at them no matter what because I love to go. Then I also picked up some new incense. This Fred Souls is like the bougie incense. And we used to sell it at my old store. I don't know if they still do. I know that they were having a hard time like producing these because of the last year, the pandemic. Because this is made in Phoenix. Or no, it's not. I think it's made up in Sedona. It says it's made in America. I don't know if it's made, oh no, it's made in New Mexico. Okay, New Mexico, so the state over, but it's really popular among like the bougie Sedona spiritual people. It's not the brand that I would normally buy because it's so pricey, but I was looking specifically for Egyptian musk, and this was the only brand that they had it in. Now I could have gone to my old job, which is just, right down the street, and I'm pretty sure they would have had it in a different brand, but I didn't want to go to 2 places. So I spent the money. This is my first time trying this brand, so I'll see how it goes. I'm hoping it's worth it. I hope the hype is justified. I also bought a new deck. I have this vision in my head that when COVID slows down and things are opening up again and people are allowed to gather and have it be safe, like I just have this desire to find a new group of people to like chill and hang out with, like on a weekly or every other week or something, like outside just chilling, depending on the weather, I guess, where we're all like-minded, similar people that just are very chill and just want community. And in that vision, I also have decks that I just don't really care about, but don't want to just like sell back. I just want to give them, and so I just have it in my head that I will be someone that gifts my decks to people when I'm like just out hanging with random people. I used to have something like this a few years back, a group of people that I was hanging out with at the time, back before I knew anything. So I feel like I've graduated. That's not going to make any sense. But this is Divine Abundance. I thought that the box is really interesting. I love the art. The back of the cards are really cool. I love mandalas. Ooh, look at, I don't know if that's, I just love that. And then the cards themselves are all just like really vibrant, and ooh, are these all Hindu gods and goddesses? I was not even expecting that. Oh, those are just elephants and a cat. Okay, so there's a variety here. I love it. What does that say? Delusion? That's good though. One thing that bothers me about some decks is that every single card is very positive, which, I mean, it's good to be positive, but sometimes I'm like, no, I want you to tell me the truth. Like, what do I need to work on right now? These are I just think these cards are so freaking beautiful. So anyway, the reason I brought up like giving cards away is because that's why I will just randomly pick up a thing of cards when I'm out, even if I'm not particularly looking for one, because I just have this vision in my head that somewhere down the line it'll feel really good to just give decks away. So I also have a specific deck in my hand, like I do have a specific deck in my hand, a specific deck in my mind that I bought most recently. Well, recently, not most recently, because this is the most recent deck. Anyway, that I just don't like. It just does not resonate with me at all. And I can't wait to find someone that's like, they're gonna love it, you know? Okay. I can't wait to play with these later. Should I pull one for you guys real quick? Okay, you guys get the very first pull. I haven't even pulled one for myself. So for those watching, this is your card for today. What message do these guys... Ooh, sanctity. And I think this is I mean, it is a Hindu god, and I'm pretty sure his name is Hanuman. Anyway, this says, through offering, even the most mundane problem can be a sacrament. Does that make sense to any of you? Does that resonate with any of you? Do you guys want another one? This doesn't come with a book, which I also kind of like because you don't get caught up in descriptions. Okay, one more. This one. Ooh, freedom. Freedom. I no longer want this fiery ring of resentment to block the good. Release me from its bonds. All right, guys, those are your messages. Sanctity and freedom. All right. If it seems like I'm trying to go quickly through this, it's because I've been editing this current vlog today, and it's already very long, and I still want to vlog tomorrow because tomorrow's when my MRI is, but I didn't want to miss out on this little mini haul. Did I get anything else? No, this is just my Starbucks card that I want to put into my Starbucks account on my phone, which is you guys. You guys are my phone right now. So yes, I did go through the drive-thru. It went fine. Granted, there were only a couple of cars in front of me and it went really quickly. I still have a lot of anxiety about going through the drive-thru. It really bugs me. Okay. Now, I did want to mention one more thing. And this will just be a long vlog and that'll be okay. Anxiety. I've talked about anxiety before. It's kind of an ongoing theme, as I'm sure all of you are aware. So I am the type of person, or I am someone who, I do all the right things when it comes to anxiety. I have a decent sleep schedule. I go to bed early. I wake up early. Okay. I go on daily walks in the sunshine. I get a lot of natural sunlight. I don't drink copious amounts or consume copious amounts of caffeine. I mean, this is a grande and it's tea, and I don't have it every day. I do consume chocolate, which also has caffeine, but I'm not I'm not a big coffee drinker. Sometimes I'll drink soda, but for the most part, I'm minimal in my caffeine consumption. I exercise, I do yoga, I meditate every day. Those are like the big main things that they talk about. Oh, I'm in talk therapy every other week. Sometimes I go 3 weeks. And I have been for a long time. So I do all of the right things that you're supposed to do for anxiety, to manage your anxiety. And yet, I still have a panic disorder. Like, that's just the truth. That's just fact. Despite the fact that I do all these things, and granted, I enjoy all of these things that I do, like, none of them I, like, have to force myself to do. It's just kind of a part of my life. Those are my habits, and I enjoy that. They make me feel better. But I still experience random panic attacks that I cannot figure out. I don't know why they happen. For example, this morning, I had a great morning. I got up, I went for my walk. It was a really good walk. It was kind of chilly, you know, and there weren't too many people, and I felt good on my walk. And then I came home and I did my meditation, and I felt good doing that. And then I got a call and with good news about the MRI for tomorrow. And I did have a little bit of an anxiety spiral, but I got out of it. And then I reached out to someone. I don't want to like get into specifics, but I gifted someone something, And just their reaction, like they were so appreciative and so excited, and then that felt good, you know. My stimulus check hit, you know, so that felt good. You know, so I had a really good morning. And then as I was making lunch, it just suddenly, as if a switch was flipped, I felt like an elephant was sitting on my chest. I hadn't been thinking about anything in particular. I was just like sitting in the kitchen with my mom. I was hungry, but I wasn't, you know, stressed about anything in that moment. And I just suddenly felt like I couldn't breathe. I felt like I couldn't get enough air into my lungs. My heart was racing. It felt like it was going to pound out of my chest. I suddenly feel like in those moments, like I'm taking a back seat to my existence, as if I'm not the one like that's in the front seat. I'm sitting in the back seat and just kind of watching things happen, which is always unsettling. I feel a little like dizzy, a little disoriented in those moments. And so of course, you know, I've been in therapy. I know the grounding techniques. I know the deep breathing techniques, and I do those. But at the end of the day, at the end of that moment, the only thing that keeps me from spiraling into a complete total meltdown, day ruining thing is taking anxiety medicine. And there's so much stigma about anxiety medicine, and I've bought into it. And I'm not looking for anyone's opinion on this, just reiterating, not looking for an opinion on it. If you have an opinion, that's cool. I just don't care to hear it. And so I didn't take it immediately because I'm also working through internalized stigma about anxiety meds. And I like try and push through, and I'm just feeling worse and worse. And I can make a decision in that moment. Like, do I want to ruin my day? Do I want to like go full total meltdown and just completely wear myself out, totally ruin my day? Or do I want to take something that has been prescribed to me by a doctor that I know is going to flip the switch back, you know? So I took my meds and ate my lunch, and my chest, I could breathe again. I felt like I was in control of my body again. I just feel back to myself. I was able to run this errand, and I feel good. So I just wanted to share that. You know, I am someone that still struggles with anxiety, despite the fact that I do all of the right things. You know, and I enjoy doing all of those, but at the end of the day, I still need my anxiety meds, and that's okay. And I feel good about it. And I'm still trying to unlearn a lot of harmful beliefs about taking medicine, especially medicine for your brain. I think I'm going to end the vlog here. I was going to wait until tomorrow when I go to my MRI, but I mean, there's nothing to really show you at the MRI anyway, so I'm going to end the vlog here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys are well. I will see you guys in my next video next week, and yeah, I guess that's it. Bye, guys.